If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period. If you like your doctor, you're going to be able to keep your doctor. If you like your plan, keep your plan. If you like your current insurance, you will keep your current insurance. No government takeover. Nobody's changing what you've got if you're happy with it. If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor.
So, dubious honor for President Obama. Washington Post and Politifact calling that known promise to be one repeated over and over again, going back 4 years, the lie of 2013. Juan Williams, Fox political analyst, and Rich Lowry, editor of National Review, both are Fox News contributors. Juan, I was told you were stuck in the parking garage, but I'm happy to see that you are now free.
Man, I tell you, it's wild out there.
I bet it is. The lie of the year, Juan. The whopper of 2013. What took him so long?
Well, I don't think there's any question in terms of domestic politics. It might be the lie of the year, and you can't take away from Politifact. I mean, clearly they're a very credible source, and they do a good job. I happen to disagree with them. I think they must have ignored Bashar al-Assad saying he wasn't killing people, didn't launch, gas attacks on people. But I think that takes away, that does not diminish from the power of having them come out and say this is the lie of the year. Very damaging.
But he's been saying it since 2009, 2010 on. I mean, Valerie Jarrett sent out a tweet in October basically saying the same thing. Rich, what do you think of this?
Yeah, well, one, lie is exactly the right word because the White House advisors knew he was out there saying something that wasn't true and actually debated whether he should be more honest about it and decided he shouldn't for political reasons. So it was a lie, and an extremely consequential lie because the law probably doesn't pass if he doesn't tell this lie and a few other key dishonesties. And then it's really defined the politics of this year. It has dragged him and the party down in a big way and may mean that they lose the Senate in 2014. So this is a very good choice for
that is the political equation here. And look at the trustworthy issue now. We found this from USA Today Pew Research in USA Today. The not trustworthy mark in January was at 30%. It's jumped 15 points, Rich, at 45%.
Yeah, and those are the kind of personal qualities that are really key to a president. It's really hard to get back. So there's a lot of analysis actually showing that second-term presidents, once you're dragged down, it's very rare that you bump back up because the first term you have a re-election campaign to reintroduce yourself. Obama is not going to have that chance to reintroduce himself. And there are other lies about this law that are going to be exposed as we go on. The idea that you can keep your doctor if you like your doctor is not true, and especially the idea that it makes health insurance more affordable. It actually mandates all sorts of benefits that makes insurance more expensive.
Okay, now to your colleague Juan Williams, go back 30 years in your days at the White House, Juan. How does a president go about recovering when your not trustworthy mark jumps 15 points in 2 months?
Well, I mean, you think back, if I go back actually to Ronald Reagan's White House, it's very difficult, as Rich was saying, but what you do is you move on. You don't stay stuck in that mud, and I think President Obama is going to have a chance to move on even on Obamacare. Rich and I differ. I think that this program has a chance to succeed, but you just move on in terms of pointing fingers. Right now, the Republicans in Congress have an even lower approval rating.
Rich is arguing that he lost the Senate based on this whopper.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And, it's possible, it's likely, in fact, for a second-term president to lose seats in the Congress. I mean, you think back, Reagan's ratings at that point, to your point, Bill, had gone up. I think he was like at 60%, and he still lost a few seats in the House, but he lost control of the Senate. So what you're looking at here is potentially disastrous for President Obama. I mean, it would mean that this last 2 years of his presidency, he would basically be out in the cold as I was in that traffic jam. So I don't think there's any question about that. But I disagree with Rich on the idea that, there's nothing he can do. And by the way, I don't think that it was anything to do with the doctors or cancellations. I think it was the failed rollout where people trusted the president on his signature legislation to do it right, and he couldn't even do that right.
You got 5-6 million cancellation. You had a tweet from Valerie Jarrett on October 28th. Fact, she said, nothing in Obamacare forces people out of their health plans.
Yeah, they were lying about the lie. They're blaming it on the insurance companies when it was written into the law and then the subsequent regulations that if your insurance changed at all, the slightest bit, you were going to lose it. And that was part of the design. It was to cancel these people out of their individual policies, so they had to go on to the exchanges. Now, Juan's right. Obviously, the rank incompetence around the website hurt, but that's not what hurt fundamentally. It was a lie about what this law was about, and that lie is not going to end. There's no way for the president just to put his signature piece of legislation that's disrupting all of American health insurance behind him. It's going to continue to be a huge issue.
Rich Lowry, thank you. Juan Williams, good to see you out of the garage.
This is why I don't drive.
Back there.
I take a cab here.
Nicely done. See you guys. Bye-bye.